my gosh, look, something got into the trash. I had that trash hidden under the trash bag, and it got immediately turned over. The only safe place to keep the trash is in the truck. It's crazy. So we have an exciting episode today. I'm going to do my hair, obviously, because it's not done. I'm gonna light some mosquito coils to get some mosquito protection. And yes, got the mosquito coil. Okay, I'm gonna light it here. Where the mosquitoes want to eat you up. Okay. Oh no, I dropped my sweater. Alright. I have to come to the bug spray. Alright, got the coil lit. Let's do that. Jay Snow has joined us over here. She's putting on bug spray. Woo. I'm gonna be using it right after her. Especially when we wear our legs and stuff free. For sure. The as you can see, they got into the trash. Whatever goes into that's the truck is the only real safe place.
Did you move the cooler like that, or did they do that?
Move what coil?
The cooler.
I had drained it last night, so I'm sure it was them. You can pass me the bug spray, love.
All right.
It's okay. Thank you.
Disorienting.
We have a fresh can, which is great. Welcome in. Say hi in the chat. Oh, this is bug spray. Got to get the back of the hands too. Ankles. Let's rub it in. Hey, hey, Mayunar Shar. How's it going? Hello, just put on bug spray in Hawaii. Tap in. Tap in. I hope this time works better for you guys. Hello. Oh, I love you guys too. Just doing some bug spray, then I'm gonna do my hair. How are you guys doing? Aloha from Hawaii. Hey, Mayunars, what's up? Oop. Okay, I'm gonna do my hair now. Oh, yeah, go ahead. My bad. I thought you were done. All right. All right, my name is Addie. Thanks for asking. So now I'm going to do my hair. I saw the outdoor cat. My age, I don't know. Why don't you guys guess my age in the comments? Ooh, I can't rest the tripod. My tripod is broken, you guys. Oh, I need to do my hair. It's looking a mess. So stressful. Okay. All right, got it. Oh, okay. Oh, oh goodness. All right. I'm just gonna My tripod is cramping my style, you guys. It's really affecting my ability to be as good as I want to be for you guys. So my country name is USA, and you are from India. Welcome to India. Thank you. Welcome to the USA. If that's how we greet each other.
Stop there. Just that brief minute, y'all. It's like soon as you step outside, the mosquitoes smell that blood.
Am I in your way?
No, I just need the keys.
Okay.
They come out. Okay. And we're walking. You guys don't know.
So it's who's in the chat? Thanks for being in the chat, you guys.
Morning routine, as you can see. Got several steps. None of them are in very specific order, except prioritizing that butt protection. It's been so early, as you guys know,
Oh, love you too. Aloha means love, you guys. All right, so just doing my hair.
got the coffee, and we got the candy cat food, and I'm gonna just leave it out here all day. I don't like putting it out every day unless we see the little cat, because we also get pigs, and the last thing I want is them pigs thinking this cute little can of ocean fish is for them.
All right. Okay, it's not the best ponytail in the world. It's a pretty quiet morning for me today. I'm gonna be transparent. This isn't gonna be the most, I had a hard past 24 hours, so I'm still showing up, but I definitely am not in the mood. Not in the mood to be here with you guys, but my tripod's broken. Had a rough night last night, had a rough day yesterday, really, and had a rough morning this morning. Sometimes living off grid is hard. I feel like you guys saw my last live stream, the whole end of it was muted, and that's basically when my rough day started. So I just always try to be real with you guys. There's enough fakers out there on YouTube, but the real is that it was a very real 24 hours for me, so I'm gonna do the best I can to show up the way you need. Thank you on this live stream.
Which is good for her.
How's it going, boo?
It's going good. Those oranges on the tree by the sauna are so big. I took this one, but I don't think it was ready really because it was a little hard to pick.
Oh, you've got Kona coffee.
Yeah, 10%.
Oh, awesome.
Nice, affordable, and we've been wanting to taste it.
Yeah, we absolutely have been trying to taste Kona coffee.
They have obviously 100% Kona coffee, but we know that that was not the cost-effective decision.
Yeah, I trusted you to pick whatever the best one. Look, this is gonna make me so happy. I'm so happy to finally try Kona coffee for the first time. Um, their company's in Honolulu, and it's Kona coffee. So we'll let you know if this is good. Would you like me to make the coffee?
I can make it. You always make it. It's about, I'm due for a coffee unless you want to make it. I know you.
Yeah, it's just my tripod is unfunctioning, so it's just hard for me to do anything.
So do move it around. Use my tripod and make it, or you want me to make it?
I want you to use your tripod and make it.
Okay.
That would be awesome. Thank you.
So we making coffee. Okay. I don't know what Addition with Addie's routine looks like.
Yeah, you do. You watch it.
I do. Okay,
it's pretty straightforward.
First, let me see if I can. Oh, well, we will pick up the trash can at some point.
Couple in Hawaii. Do you feel like it's a good time to start talking about it? Couple in Hawaii. Do you feel like it's a good time to start talking about it?
Yeah, I don't know why we couldn't.
Or I mean, it's up to you. This is our first time.
Before we talk about it, I do need a favor. I need you to bug spray my back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Y'all know the bug stay.
Okay.
Woo! Whew. Make you feel alive, Chad. Okay.
But I'm happy to wait for coffee. I'm just sitting here.
Okay.
I can pick up the trash and rebag it. I'll go deal with the trash.
I'm out of practice, Chad. I really should have got the pedal to.
I can bring it back with me. I'm so grateful Jay Snow is making the coffee today. Again, I'm not going to give you your mobile number. Oh, my bad. I forgot. I can go grab it.
Sunday can't come fast enough.
I know.
I'm glad you went ahead and ordered it, though. In case.
The trash is contained. Is there anything I can do? Do you want me to build a fire? Or okay.
Looks like it's gonna rain again.
All right. I'm gonna build a fire.
I feel like I gotta change the water too, Chatterton. This is not gonna fill up the kettle. I might as well just cut it. All right. Let me go haul a water jug. I can't bring you, Chat. It's too heavy. All right. I got it. Remove this one. This one. Woo! I did it. Okay. All right. Now I gotta rinse my hands. When those dogs howl and moan like that, Chat, that's when I think there are pigs afoot. Oh, my sister's calling. Lid on. Put the kettle on. I like this one so much better. I know yesterday I said I didn't like it, but I was just needing fire and didn't know how to use it, frankly.
I'm glad you like it.
Okay. I don't know how one typically opens this. Oh, they have like the little hole, but we don't have that. So I'm just gonna get this knife open. Ooh, it smells good. Mmm. Okay, Chad, that's the question. Have you ever been to Hawaii? Let's make it smaller in the corner. Perfect. Start Q&A. All right. It's too high. Oh, you're not straight, but that's okay. I'm not either. Dang, where y'all at? It's quiet. Too quiet. Alright, so of the Dunkin', you typically do 3 scoops of that specific scoop, and we don't have that specific scoop anymore, so I'm just using a spoon, but I am still going to do 3 scoops. I knew that the propane would come off, but I still ignored what I knew. Let me open it back up. Let's go in. I feel like I'm going to do 4 of this one, just because the spoon seems smaller. I do like that this came with a little clip for storage. Look at that. Whew. Perfection. Okay. Press is done. I bet our mugs need to be washed. Let's go do that. And you set the fire ablaze.
It's been a while since I've been able to make a proper fire.
A proper fire. The ants. I hope this killed them, but are they eating or are they just... These ants! They're trying to kill me. How are you not rinsing off? Y'all can't stay. Okay. I wanted to get the ants off before I even washed it. They're little tiny red ants, too. Now I can sauce it up with the detergent. Scrub mommy over here looking tired as usual.
I like your outfit.
Thanks, boo. I like yours.
Oh, thank you. Is there anything else I can do?
Enjoy your morning off from the morning.
I am. Thanks, Mayuna Risha.
We've got clean cups. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Hey Ingrid, thanks for the hearts. Hello. How are you today? Where are you from? Hey, ask us anything about living off-grid in Hawaii as lesbians, married lesbians. The chat is open. This is a safe space.
The chat is open. Okay, I think I can sit down till the kettle boils because I'm sure it's going to be a few minutes. A few moments.
Oh, you speak Spanish. Hola. What is that flag? Is that Puerto Rico? Are you from Puerto Rico? De donde eres?
So we can make sure that we have.
Yo hablo
breakfast instead of
poquito
sitting down.
español.
I'm actually going to take this other fruit tree. How orange is there?
Preguntas. Thanks for liking the live. Hey Ingrid, what's up, girl? You see the fire's kicking up now, you guys. Hearts. Love you guys. Thanks for joining the live stream. Yeah, we're taking Q&A. No, pero estudiando, yo estudia español en escuela. Pero no soy España. Oh, sí, sí. I LOL. So there's a Spanish person in the audience, so I was speaking Spanish. Hey Alvaro, what's up? Ask any questions. Oh, you're in Chile. Chile in the house. Hola, hola. Or any other Spanish speakers in the house? Hey, Puerto Rico. Oh, Chile in the house. Chile. I always wanted to go to that island off of Santiago, Chile. Yes, I wanted to go. They call it Easter Island, but I know that's not the original name of the island. But I always wanted to go to Santiago and then take the shuttle to Chile. Yes, cookies and milk. I'm gonna kick up this fire a little bit more. What's my name? Me llamo Addy. Addy. Oh, hey, Mylan. Nice to meet you. Mucho gusto.
This one's gotta go. This one's bad. Look at the bites in it.
Oh.
typically when you wash them is when you rinse. When you rinse them is when you see what can be. That's why I always pick more than what I want. Because inevitably one of them.
Do you, tienes preguntas? Thanks for picking starfruit.
My pleasure. I only didn't pick orange because we already have some. How does buttered toast sound? Or is it okay if we don't have breakfast?
Buttered toast sounds great.
Oh, tea!
Me no English del todo. Okay. That's okay. You can just vibe out, listen to the sounds.
Ooh, there it is. I said, oh.
But thanks for joining the live and speaking Spanish.
Okay.
Ask us anything. We are living off-grid in Hawaii. Ask us anything.
Oh, no!
Oh no. I can rinse it for you.
Please. And it got me spoiled, y'all. I can barely handle the routine.
It's okay. I can go back to doing coffee. Just the tripod makes it not fun for the audience anymore.
No, I'm happy to help you. I just am seeing my faults. Okay.
Hi there, what's on the menu today? Hey Antonio. So we're making buttered toast for breakfast, cutting up some star fruit, and making some Kona coffee, 10% Kona coffee. We're having it for the first time. How are you today? What are you eating today, Antonio?
So let's cut fruit for my lovely wife and I to enjoy our toast and coffee. Oh!
Bye, sorry. Oh, adios. Hasta luego, Ingrid.
Got butter out. I need to rinse this knife. This is my favorite trick when we have a fresh kill. Sanitized.
Perfect.
Alright. So first, stall fruit.
So my wife has been chopping firewood. I think it's about time I give it a chance or try to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
You got this, Eddie. It's really fun.
All right, so this is the axe. I'm gonna start with, this one looks cylindrical. You made a little nudge here. Let's see.
You got it. Dude.
Not that time.
Don't be afraid to come down too hard on it. There's no such thing.
Okay.
Take your anger out.
All right. Looks like it wants to go this way.
Also, some lugs are harder than others. Yeah, I heard that crack. If it's stuck on there, I just bang it with the log one more time on like a rock because it's almost harder. Okay. Let's watch. Hold on, Eddie. Let the live see you be my mountain jungle woman.
It's definitely harder. I mean, I can't even say harder than it looks because it looks hard.
You could tell me I made it look easy.
You made it, well, you didn't though. It looked hard and I was incredibly impressed.
The toast is toasted. So I'm just going to put this on a napkin for now. Set the butter next to it. Whew. Think about the last person who pushed you off, pissed you off. It's okay if it was me. Can put my little face that annoys you the most on that log and come down on it.
I think I'm going to sharpen it a little bit. I'm going to do some forging and sharpen it a little bit.
Okay. Ed is doing some foraging. We got the star fruit chopped. I'm going to do some oranges. And the toast got ready much quicker than I wanted it to, of course. And I'm going to butter it the lazy way. Because don't nobody live here with us.
Butter it with what?
The lazy way. Where you just rub the stick on the bread. Instead of trying to find a utensil. Got the toast buttered and ready to go. Let's finish chopping our fruit. So I picked this orange today off of a different tree. Look at the size difference. So this tree right here makes much larger oranges.
Okay.
Fun fact.
All right, let's try this again.
Wait, let me get the camera on you.
Oh.
Okay, oh, that's on me. Okay, let's see, Addie, chop this wood.
Okay.
You got it, additional Addie. Can I help you?
Mm-hmm.
Spread your legs wider.
Okay.
Kind of keep your eye on where you want the axe to come down at.
Okay.
And then go up by your head and come down with everything.
Okay. All right.
You got this. There you go. There you go. Good job, boo. Strong woman. Who said girls can't chop wood?
You feel like this tree root's gonna be okay?
Probably not, but it's not a tree we like. But also, it probably is gonna be okay because that root system is incredibly complex. Simon, did you see the pigs on my what you call it? Check Google. Did you see the pigs that I posted though? Because we do have pigs around here.
I think that's the best I'm gonna be able to do today.
That's okay, baby. You did great.
Thanks, Phil. I tried, y'all.
You did it. All right, got our fruit plate ready. Thanks for liking the live. I really appreciate it. Okay, we got our fruit plate ready. We got our toast ready. So now I'm going to go take the fruit bits that we're not going to eat. I'm going to go travel over to Bug City to the compost. We know that compost doesn't have to be Bug City. We've got a plan to get it together, but right now we're doing the best we can. And it's not covered. Let's go take a look at it. Excuse me, Bubby Bird. I'm gonna save this star fruit for later. Somebody else can chop it. Get somebody else to do it. Now I'm gonna press the cotton. Pressing the coffee. Okay. Did get a little groundy.
It's getting warm.
It is. I didn't know if the sun was going to stay out today. Ooh, this is looking strong. Definitely got to give this a taste before serving. Give it a stir first. It's pretty good. It's not our usual Dunkin', but it certainly will do. You can taste it if you need anything.
Thank you.
More added.
All right, I'm about to taste the Kona coffee for the first time.
Kona coffee, first time.
It's really hot.
Edition with Eddie takes it down.
It's good.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
It's good. Kona coffee's a win!
Delicious.
Alright, and the morning routine is complete. I'm out of practice. Thanks, Edition with Eddie, for allowing me to be out of practice.
Oh, of course.
Alright. Just gotta be closer here. Ooh. How does it do when you put the rock in the middle? I mean, like rest the middle part on top of it.
Okay, that's better.
Yes.
Thanks for making coffee, love.
Please, here.
Yes, you want to talk about the topic or you want to let it go?
No, let's talk about the topic.
Okay. So the topic was for today, why we chose to live off grid as a lesbian couple in Hawaii.
Why we chose to live off grid as a lesbian couple in Hawaii. You want to start? You want me to start?
You can start.
Mm.
Well, I guess it's a lot of pieces. It's like there's the off-grid piece, there's the lesbian couple piece, and then there's the Hawaii piece. I feel like it's easier to talk about the lesbian couple piece first, because, and that's kind of what led us to Hawaii, because as a lesbian couple, you know, it's to find a place that's like supportive and affirming of our relationship and not in a way where we feel like we need to hide or deny who we are, like, you know, hide our spouse, you know, pretend that we're just friends. You know, we kind of had to rule all of that out. We were at a restaurant last night and the server was like, where are you from? And we said Atlanta, the deep south. And he's like, I have no idea what that is.
I don't know anything about the mainland.
Because it's in Hawaii, and that kind of tells you how isolated and or just like how Hawaii has its own culture, and Hawaii legalized gay marriage before everybody else. I can look up exactly when, but it was way before everybody. And to come from the deep south as two Black lesbians, I feel like we were just really craving a place where we could just be who we are, be ourselves. Do you want to add to that?
No, I think yeah, I can add to it. You put it so perfectly though. I feel like It's interesting though, because I know Atlanta is one of the like known gay places. Typically, and I also feel like, so one, there's like these main gay places, which I feel like are like San Francisco, Atlanta, and then where's the one in Boston you told me about?
Provincetown.
Provincetown. And I also have heard like Oregon is great because it's so liberal.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of those places, well, I say a lot of those, but out of those four places, it kind of feels a lot of the time like they're focused on male gays, which
That's true.
no problem whatsoever, but it's just not, I'm not a male, you know,
Yeah.
so it's harder to, what you call it, I don't know, it's harder to,
I'll take it a step further. White male gays,
white male gays,
and not GAZE GAYS.
yes, LOL, yes. So it's like, you know, I think a lot of people originally are shocked when they hear that Atlanta's not supportive of gay culture, but Atlanta, Georgia is the Bible Belt still.
Yeah.
You know, it's the deep South, as Addie keeps referring to it. I remember we went to Bonnaroo because I am a Bonnaruvian. Hashtag not sponsored, but Bonnaroo. Where you at? So I took Addie, well, I didn't take Addie. Addie and I went to Bonnaroo for the first time, and it was a big deal because Chapel Roan was performing. And this was before we were even Chapel fans. And there were people who were outraged because she was performing in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I just bring that up because that was huge to me as a older gay adult. And I'm like, dang, y'all are demonizing her for coming to spread queer joy, but it's still queer people in the South, and it's queer people in the South in particular who are not feeling comfortable, not feeling good about being gay. And it's like, it's more accepted than it is in other places, but it's still not extremely comfortable, you know, like we didn't feel comfortable holding hands. It's like we say PDA, but I think that makes you think we want to like tongue each other down, and it's like it's just as simple as even like holding hands and not feeling weird or like other people are in our business. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, and I feel like it's these centers, I would say San Francisco, I feel like is a true gay haven. I would say Provincetown is a true gay haven. Atlanta is a DL
gay haven. That's a fact.
Let's be so for real.
It's a DL gay haven.
It's known
no, you
for
said it, boo.
DL gays. And yes, there are a lot of gay bars, just like there's a lot of gay bars in pretty much every city. But it has a huge DL, which if you don't know what that means, down low, which means closeted. So someone will be in a straight relationship, but or marriage, and be secretly gay or lesbian on the side. I think it goes for both. Where it's, and I don't know why, I feel like you know, I'm not trying to out anybody, but it's like people who I thought were gay and part of a gay community found out were actually closeted.
Yeah.
And I was shocked to find that out on several occasions.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, there's just so much with sex culture in the U.S. in general, but closetedness and like covering up and like quote unquote discretion, because that's the word they use. I need you to be discreet.
Yeah.
You know, so
don't ask, don't tell.
It's exactly. So it's just, it's, while it's better than what I'm sure it feels like to be, I don't even know where it feels worse, honestly. I don't know, but it's the Bible Belt, it's the Deep South, so it is one of the better options, but it did not feel good. I think what's pushed as feeling the best is probably California, and I'm sure if I was a hot, young, Caucasian male at 25 and was gay, that would be an amazing place to be, but because I'm not any of those things, I had fun in California. Oh, thanks, boo. I had fun in California, but I didn't feel like it was where I wanted to live. And I also didn't feel like, you know, it's like, I know there are lesbians everywhere, but I didn't feel like we saw any.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I feel like the truth about lesbianism is that it's very underground and it's incredibly fragile because the world is so anti I'm sure we both probably have family and friends that are waiting for us to phase out of our marriage, of our
Absolutely.
relationship, of our sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of pressure on women, especially if you're a feminine presenting woman, to
Yes.
not make your life hard and just,
Uh-huh.
be with a man because they can do X, Y, Z for you. And
And you're really going there with the feminine presenting because I feel like that's another Southern dynamic or trope that was really hard and contributed to our discomfort because another thing that is more normalized is studs and femmes in a relationship. And as you can see, Addie and I are both very feminine presenting. So that also is kind of like, whoa, you know what I mean? People look at that in some ways, and some people, not all people, is the same as like stud for stud or mask for mask. And they're like, oh my God, y'all do that, you know? So it just doesn't, it adds people's curiosity, even if innocent, which it never is because you're asking about how we perform in our private lives. Uh, it just creates discomfort. It can create discomfort.
yeah, I feel like people are uncomfortable with studs around. They're only slightly comfortable with lesbian relationships when it's stud femme, and stud meaning
Mm-hmm.
masculine
Mm-hmm.
presenting woman. And but also, like, life isn't great for studs either. They go through extreme discrimination. I saw a tiny piece of it just running a lesbian group in Atlanta. And feminine women, I feel like, are starting to get more mainstream. I feel like the L Word was a huge one. Um, How to Get Away with Murder um, had Femme for Femme. Hunting Wives most recently has had Femme for Femme. I feel
LOL. Yeah.
I do appreciate more that they're showing that there's more feminine women in relationship with each other. I feel like growing up, it wasn't just masculine. It was like masculine and unattractive was
Mm-hmm.
the stereotype of lesbian, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like you don't want to be seen as masculine or unattractive, so you don't want to even be associated with that.
Because there's also the trope that only ugly women are lesbians, or
Yeah,
like you couldn't get a man, so you had to go be with women. And people say things like that.
they do. It was something that I feel like I heard a lot
Mm-hmm.
growing up, and I don't know where from.
Mm-hmm.
It was just implied.
I mean, I feel like kids say it because the
Yeah.
thing is too, it's like you're around your parents. You know what I mean? I feel like and not to get too off topic, but I remember the first time I realized my that gay was weird. You know what I mean? Because there was a Piccadilly, and it was the best Piccadilly in Atlanta, but it was also run and operated mainly by we had this conversation about the other day whether they're gay men versus or gay men who like to wear women's clothing versus trans because it's not the same. But this is the Piccadilly was like that, and I remember, there were people I was around that expressed discomfort with it, and I remember those people were close to me, you know what I mean? And they didn't know. I was a child then, but that was when I realized like this might be a problem. People don't like this, you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
so I think that's a perfect example because there's probably not a lot of places where it can be all of the wait staff are feminine presenting men, right? And people are still eating there because the food's good, but they mad about
It's like the
it.
food is good in a lot of places. It's like on some level they wanted to go. It's part of the spectacle.
It's part of it, yeah.
I feel like the spectacle of gay was always celebrated. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Jalene's from a southern African American family. I'm from an African immigrant American family, and I feel like the spectacle of gay, whether it's Tyler Perry, whether it's
Right.
that one gay uncle that we all have,
Yes.
they love to laugh and be there for the kikis, but there's so much negativity, and I feel like we're both 90s babies,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't get to see what it was like with AIDS and all of that.
Thankfully. Mm-hmm.
Um, Hey, Antonio, do you mind if I ask how old you are and your wife? Y'all are so chill. Um, sure, I'm 35. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Yeah. I used to never say my age. But yeah, so we don't know all the trauma. I feel like only watching Pose do I even have any kind of snapshot into
Yeah.
what that trauma was. And being West African, AIDS was a huge impact on the continent, and it was because of DL behavior. It was
Also, Grey's Anatomy did an excellent job showing what it might have been like.
We gotta love Shonda, and that's why. And it's like Shonda and I both went to the same college. I really, while she's not perfect, I really respect her as a writer because she brought, while her shows have mainstream success, she is always celebrating queer, black, and females, and consistently. I didn't watch all of Grey's Anatomy, but it was about
I
female
haven't
doctors.
watched all of Shonda's shows, but if somebody asks me, do I like Shonda Rhimes, the answer is yes.
Yeah. And I mean, not to like be messy, but I'm pretty sure she's gay because she went on Oprah talking about how she's never going to get married.
She probably is queer.
Yeah. Why would she not be? And
I love to, and part of the reason why I resonated with her is because she was like, I'm not intentionally even putting gay or lesbian characters. I'm just writing the world as I see it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so profound.
So true.
It's like, it is just that simple.
They said, "Black don't crack. Y'all are both beautiful." Thank
Oh,
you, Antonio.
thank you so much. So, yeah. So, the U.S. is not down with gay, as you guys can obviously tell and see. So, I feel like part of why we went to Thailand even was in search of somewhere where we could feel good. And it's like, don't get us wrong. It's not like we were egged out of Atlanta. Or,
I feel like I was.
Oh, talk about it then.
Well, I mean, so the truth is, it's like I was very, after coming out to my family, which happened way after I came out. Like, I came out to the world at 15 in high school in a very public manner, by self-identifying during those diversity days that people used to have. But I never told my family.
Time out. I never had no diversity day at my high school.
You never had a diversity day?
Absolutely not.
Do you remember the Office Diversity Day?
Yeah,
episode?
I do. I've heard of it, but...
Wait, you haven't seen the Office Diversity Day
No, I
episode?
definitely
Okay,
have.
yeah.
No, I definitely have, but I know what you're talking about, but I just wanted to say, you were like people have... I was like, at Sandy Creek High School in Fayetteville, Georgia, there was no diversity day. There was no celebration of diversity. Allie Warren said never had a diversity day in high school. Absolutely not. Hey, Allie, thanks for watching.
Hey,
Girl,
Allie.
can you hit that thumbs up?
Wait, is this Allie from high school?
Yeah, it's Allie.
Oh, hey, Allie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talking about it.
We talking about it, girl.
But we had to do Diversity Day every year, and it's because I went to a private school. I went to a school that was incredibly liberal, and also a school that was all about, it was boarding, so there are people from all over the world. So they needed to, I feel like they made a commitment to have us graduate being somewhat socially conscious and aware people.
And that's beautiful.
And it definitely was done way better than the Office Diversity Day. That was just hilarious. But anyway, when I finally came out to my parents and like what my actual family, I come out to my dad at 17. That's a whole other issue we don't need to go down. But at that point, I didn't want to be closeted at work, and it was just really, I wanted to be a part of the pride organizations, the ERGs, because I saw people in them thriving, and they were incredibly respected, but the difference is that they were male and white. And I don't necessarily feel like people were othering me. I feel like I was very popular at work, but I feel like my family basically kept saying that you shouldn't be out at work. And I'm not necessarily saying that I will never know what happens, but all I know is that a lot of gay people were laid off. And
to validate what you're saying, like, I know your family loves you and gave you the best advice when they said that. And I can understand why they said that, because shout out to Encore, the worst job I ever had. I was sexually harassed and discriminated against for gayness. And I know that because I wasn't out, but they used to have a whole roasting session about the one gay person who was open with them about being gay at the company. And maybe they were too open, which I feel like sometimes people may overcompensate because they know that there's so much. Here, come here.
Were you around them?
Yeah,
Would you say they were too open?
The thing is about too open is it's like they were open like that because they were asking them questions. If you ask somebody those kinds of intimate questions, it is their responsibility. It's just as like it's yours to say what the comfort level is. But if you ask somebody, do you and your person swing or something, you can't be like, they should not have shared all of that. I don't ask people that.
No.
So I don't think that they were too open and that they just volunteered all this information. I think that they thought they were talking to their trusted colleagues about sex, which we do sometimes at work, even if it's not like a deep, intimate conversation, might be like a little playful joke. I think that it was like they were asking them about what their sexual experience was being gay, and they happily told them. And then I feel like it was wrong and fake and two-faced for them to come back and laugh and talk about it. And frankly, Joelle, I'm putting you on the spot.
LOL.
Yo ass was making fun of that gay person who was getting all of that booty. But you, on the other hand, was crying to me about how your wife ain't want nothing to do with you, and you ain't even believe that it was your kid when she was pregnant. Why I know all of that? Sexual harassment. So that being said, I definitely was discriminated against at that job for being gay. They literally, when they were firing me, told me I didn't look engaged in the meeting.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the damn meeting.
I have a question. Were the nails that he bothered by
They were rainbow nails.
It was the rainbow. So like we can now fully agree that this was 100% because of her expressing her queerness through her nails. And not even being out, but just having
expressing
rainbows.
my queerness through my nails, and also rebuffing my boss's sexual advances.
Yes. So I feel like...
Who was a man this big. I mean, y'all already know I'm short. I'm already 5'3". Okay? That man was 5 foot even and confused about why I wasn't... But anyway, keep going.
Yeah. No, and I was intentionally applying at these companies that were all screaming diversity from the rooftops. Not just black, trans, queer. Everyone had pronouns for their meeting and on their Teams meetings and whatever. I just like saying Teams meetings. I don't know why, but I'm talking about video conference calls. And it was just like, and I was definitely not talking about sex. I announced I was encouraged by my coworker to announce my engagement. I was out to my immediate coworkers in my office, and then I am getting married. They always do those announcements, right? With the team for team building. And then I did a 20% project with the Pride chapter and was grading great events for black queer staff, which is literally the point of an ERG. I wasn't talking about, I definitely brought my wife to events. She wasn't in anyone's face. They were being forced. They forced her to be involved. They asked some really invasive questions about our life. I'll never forget in San Francisco, the guy who was asking us about how we were going to have kids and stuff. And and clammed up about all of that. You guys, no one was questioning my sexuality, but I could tell that they were upset. One, that I was in a committed marriage, and two, that it was a committed marriage with a woman. I feel like it demasculates them. I may have been hired.
It demasculates them in a really serious way.
So I felt pushed out of Atlanta when I intentionally moved to Atlanta because it was more queer positive than Tampa. Which is where I was living at the time.
Yeah. So, all of that to say, there's not a lot of places where gayness feels... And it's like, it's really interesting, not to go into too much depth, but I don't want you to think like we were walking around being persecuted and pointed at, because it's not that simple. But there's just an inner feeling you get...
Yeah.
when you're somewhere that it's okay.
I feel like we were being persecuted and pointed at. I mean,
Okay.
like we were having issues with our. Oh no! Oh, thanks for your support, King Grayson. But basically, like I feel like I'll never forget that time at Red Phone Booth
Mm-hmm.
when I feel like you wanted to have more PDA, and I get it. It was a sexy place. It's a cigar bar. We're with a group of other lesbians, but it was packed to the brim with men in suits
Yeah.
that were just looking hungrily.
Yeah.
And when I feel like I show affection for my wife, it feels like it becomes a sexual, a porno, an IRL porno. And a lot of times guys don't even know how to behave themselves just with us existing. But to see us actually being sexual or intimate or romantic with each other, I had a lot of fear on. I had safety concerns. Like, and if it's in a gay bar, if it's in a lesbian club, it's because I can't even say gay bar.
No,
But if it's in a lesbian club, it's different. But I did not feel
the safety concerns
comfortable.
are valid. I think about one of our last times going out in Atlanta. We went to what's that? Where that place called?
The EDM place.
No, underground, not underground. And not 5 Points. That place we.
Oh, Edgewood.
Edgewood, yes. We was on Edgewood, walking out of the club, and just being happy and carefree, and little tips, little high, feeling good. And I'll never forget. I had told my friend before we came there, like, Jordan, I don't even like to go to Edgewood because it just be too much going on over there. People dying, getting shot up. It's just too much. Okay. And it's also, Atlanta got a homeless problem they don't really want to talk about. So, long story short, though, we walk out of the club. We can't even get out of the club. A homeless man is literally exposing himself while trying to talk to us and have a good conversation.
Yeah, exposing his private parts specifically. Thanks, Antonio. And I appreciate your level of control, King Grayson. He said Los Angeles do too.
Yeah.
But yeah, men are just out of pocket. I mean, even and
yeah.
I'm just showing up as a woman in life. It's like I think about Doctors Without Borders guy.
Doctors Without Borders guy is a man that if I saw him, I would. There's not often times where I wish I was a man because I very enjoy being a woman. But that you know what right there?
That was a violation.
That was a violation. No, it's really subtle and it's just annoying.
And remember, I thought you were talking about when you said underground. What's that EDM place?
Oh,
you take
yes.
me to with that guy that was literally falling
Yes,
over
that guy
himself.
was like salivating over Addie.
And literally like, trying to run into me.
I literally had to cuss him out and his daughter. I don't know. They had some weird what going on. But I cussed they both out and was like, leave my wife alone.
And let's not forget Flame in the UK and
Oh,
Luton.
Flame was funny. That was crazy because
it was too much.
They were mad, and they got mad. They were like, "Y'all came out looking like this so that we could want to talk to you, and you don't want to talk to us." And we literally like, but we're on a date.
Yeah,
like we can come out looking however we want to look. And I did come out looking. I did dress to impress, but I dressed to impress for the person that I'm with. I didn't dress to impress for you. Random person standing on the wall.
And we went to a gay...
We were at a gay
club. So I don't know why those straight men were there. Right. I don't.
To do what they were doing, harass.
King Grayson says that's why guys need a guy friend or a homeboy or maybe your brother around. And, the thing is, we did have a guy friend around when I got attacked at... What's that place?
And he ain't do
He
nothing.
ain't give a...
And then I also feel like... family, there's not, I'm going to just say it like this. There's not anybody I trust around my wife except me. And that's not because I think anything of my brothers. I love my brothers. I love my siblings. I love everybody in my family. We're from both, pretty close-knit families, but I hold firm on that. I don't trust anybody around my wife. That's how Mr. and or Mrs. Steal Your Girl get space. Why would I leave a beautiful woman around anybody feeling any kind of, you know what I mean? That's just not smart. So I hear you and I understand why you would say that because it seems like the answer. I know even in like Muslim culture, like haram and all that stuff. And I think sometimes it helps, but what really helps is just men controlling themselves.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows how to operate with sex on their mind, and you just do that.
Yeah. I feel like the best example of
Insecurity.
someone who was, oh, go ahead.
I don't know. Chris Buchanan said insecurity. I don't know what you mean. The men
Male
be
insecure.
insecurity for sure.
I feel like the only place that we found men that actually knew how to act right was in Thailand. I think about our
Yep.
driver,
Yep.
Jai.
Yep. All of the men in Thailand, I personally found very respectful.
Yeah.
And I also think it's because we talked about this. That was one of the perks, I feel like, of living in a culture that was sex positive, is that because everybody's not trying to be so closeted in DL, they're able to express themselves when it's time for that, and when it's not time for that, they can just be decent men and human beings.
Yeah. No, for sure. I'll never forget. Because we give everyone a hard time. But I feel like we spotted a good one with our driver, Jai, and I'll never forget when we went to the cabaret, and all those random taxi men were attacking us.
Yep, and Jai
he
was
was
right
like,
in. He was like, they already being
Yeah.
picked up.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the kind of fear I feel like we're talking about too. Like that kind of moment where it's like, 9 times out of 10, we were going to be okay, but feeling overwhelmed by the amount of aggressive male energy coming towards us. And it's like, it's not that we can't handle it, but it's like we're in our femininity and we're also in our happiness and joy.
Yep.
And it's like you immediately have to be snatched out of that to fend these men off.
Yeah. So King Grayson says, that's the perfect thing. I don't want to steal anything. I'm trying to be down the party of the team. Okay, you're still not getting it. Attacking you like trying to harm you or being thirsty. Those are the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They're not coming like this, but if they're coming and invading my space
and I've already
that's an
said,
attack.
no, thank you. We're okay. Coming in and trying to keep going after I said no.
Yeah.
Made it where I have to raise my voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's predatory.
Yeah.
They see us as prey and they're behaving as predators, and you have to be thirsty to be a predator, and so it's the same. Trying to touch you, that's harassment. That's not being thirsty. Well, yeah, it's harassment then. Thirsty is just hollering. We're not talking about hollering. We're talking about men coming and invading our space because we're beautiful women and we're together. I feel like we both dealt with it separately and then it's compounded together.
And it's like, you don't have to think about it as much separately. You know what I mean? Because it's like separately, and it's also allowed on some level. Separately, I'm obviously single. I'm, operating in the world. And it makes more sense, right? But if I'm out with somebody with my ring on, whether you're or not, that woman that I'm with is my woman or not, you don't need to be so aggressive. If I say no, not interested, that's enough.
Yeah. For sure.
So anyway, that is how our snapshot into what it feels like to be lesbian on the mainland. And it's challenging.
So a predator is different from thirsty. Thirsty is just a man that keeps trying to get you. It's the same, King Grayson, as a woman.
Yeah. I explained it to my male friend. Well, we're not friends anymore, but when we were friends, I explained it to him this way. When you're a woman, whether it's true at all times or not, 9 times out of 10, you're supposed to anticipate that most men can whoop your ass. Let's just be real. Let's just say what it is. Most men can overpower most women very easily. So when it's one woman versus 10 guys, and I'm already in an unfamiliar space, and situation, what I don't have time to do as I prioritize my safety is look at each one of these men, ask a couple questions, and figure out which one I feel is the safest. If I'm already feeling unsafe, and it could be factors completely unbeknownst to you all, right? But if I'm already feeling unsafe and I'm the only woman around, I don't have time to discern and differentiate which one is a safe male versus which of the other ones are not safe males. All of y'all are just unsafe, and I just need to be out of that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that gives you clarity to what we mean, King Grayson. And I also am grateful that you're trying to take the time to understand and give nuance and color to the conversation, because it may not be as intuitive as we feel like it is, but this is why we're having this conversation.
Yeah. No, he said, that sounds like a group of predators, a group of monsters. Yes. And thanks for asking the hard questions. We're not going to like clap back if there are no stupid questions here. This is all about, I understand, but I wanted you to know the difference between a man that's interested and a man that's just a monster.
No, we
provoke, as Black women, we provoke some level of guttural, people call it jungle fever.
Yep. I feel like it just is complete. It's jungle fever. Then I feel like, y'all know I'm curvy, so it can be really aggressive and really like just too much.
Yeah. And it's not just men, it's women too. Because I would say while the men were respectful in Thailand, the women weren't.
No. The women were very disrespectful.
Yeah.
The women was copping feels.
During the massages. Not to me, but for my wife. But they were definitely making passes at me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like all of those things are what contributed to us not feeling safe really anywhere on the mainland, including Thailand as well.
Yeah. Because I feel like the mainland, it's compounded. It's not just gay, it's compounded with being Black on the mainland.
Yeah.
This is a majority-minority state, which I don't know if there are any majority-minority states. LOL. Yes, the women were perverts.
Yeah, they definitely were, King Grayson. Because honestly, taking advantage of somebody while they're just trying to get that massage is very, very rude.
Yeah.
So, like Addie said, Hawaii was the first state to legalize gay rights. So we knew that just based off of that alone, they were going to be more advanced. Is it time for our second cup? They were going to be more advanced than anywhere that we had come from, i.e. Georgia, Atlanta. Yeah. Addie's obviously, been to much more different places, but I don't gather that she got comfort in her gayness out of those other places either.
No, because I was bullied into I feel like I was bullied into, I just had no support, Let's not forget, I had a supportive lesbian community in high school, but once my relationship was over, I didn't, right? And then I also had a supportive lesbian community in Atlanta, most recently when I met my wife. But in between then, I did not have any supportive lesbian communities. I didn't. And it's so few and far between. I had Tumblr, maybe. I had, Jolene Jay Snow talks about the YouTube channels that were supportive. There was the L Word and stuff like that. But for a span of over a decade of my life, I was not in supportive lesbian communities. I would say I was surrounded by queers, but I wouldn't say there was anyone championing, it was few and far between. It just was. Sounds like you guys need to visit or come to California. You'll be comfortable here. Well, if you rewind, you'll hear us talk about California and why we didn't feel as comfortable being gay here, because we are Black women in California. I didn't feel safe just as a person in San Francisco.
No, I feel like, and I love Quay and respect Quay very much, but I don't think anybody, if they wanted a big burly male protector, they probably not gonna go for Quay. You know what I mean?
Not Quay catching a stray.
Quay only catching a stray to talk about how we didn't feel safe, but he did make us feel safe.
He did. We stayed with him.
We stayed with him, and also he came when it was getting weird. If you remember, he came and he saved us and was like, "Come on, it's time to go."
Yeah.
So he definitely made us feel safe.
Yeah.
I was just saying that was the last person I was expecting us to need.
Yes. No, I mean, you remember in the car, and I was like, I trust you with my life. Because I do, I mean, it's not necessarily about stature. I feel like it's just the presence of testosterone that deflects a lot of aggression. even if it's a little brother. I don't have a little, neither of us have little brothers, but I'm sure when our nephews
well, we saw
get
them
older,
in that live.
they do,
that
exactly. It is, exactly. So I'm born and raised here. That's a lot of gay black women here, or gay women in general. So there's a lot of gay black women and gay women everywhere. And they may feel safe with you, King Grayson, because you are in our chat right now. You're obviously an ally to the community, whatever your intentions are. You're an ally. You're an ally. But that does not mean they're going to work, they're going to school, and being as proudly gay as they are around you and in the circles and the context that you find them.
And that's so perfectly put, because it's like there's a comfortability that you have to have being gay, but living at your full comfort and fullest expression, there's not a lot of places I've been where that's easy to do.
Yeah. I feel like perfect example. Who was the gay character in Insecure?
There wasn't one, was there?
No.
Yeah. I was about to say.
So if LA is such a great black woman lesbian place, why did they not even have one gay character on the HBO Insecure?
What you call it?
Yeah, no, they just had a more masculine presenting friend who was hypersexual towards men. That woman, the crazy one that peed on herself at Coachella. Yes. But I would say if I had to pick a queer character, it was her. But she was a hypersexual towards men character. So you said, I look at you as a black woman and that's it. I'm not sure what that means, but that's what I am. Are we talking movie or cartoon?
He's just saying, like, he doesn't look at people and see all of those labels.
Yeah.
And I think that's a rare quality of why you're able to show up the way you are, King Grayson. Everybody not like that.
And I would say we are the same. I would consider, like, for me, it's like I take everyone at face value. There's no type of person that, I feel like now that I have the 3 acres of space to create a cocoon, I'm less as inviting on certain types of people, specifically men, I won't get into it, but in terms of like gender, sexuality, like I've always been someone who felt comfortable around queerness. I don't put a title on it. You would like, on you, would you like is your business. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So that's, I feel like we have to claim our gay, we don't have to claim our blackness in the way that we have to claim our lesbianism, because our blackness, we can't hide it. Our womanhood, we can't hide it. We can though, we can hide our womanhood if we really, really wanted to.
But feeling like we need to do that is what I mean when it's like, can't live in your fullest expression.
So I feel like the perfect example of why Hawaii has felt gay positive. Well, first of all, there's rainbows everywhere. Their state symbol is the rainbow, and they didn't change it because it became gay. They're not afraid of the rainbow here. And 2, no one asks us what our relationship is.
No one cares in a way that is only similar to Thailand, but is stronger here, I think, than Thailand. Yeah.
I feel like it is similar to Thailand, but I feel like the resistance of us being married on our lease. Thailand just had legalized gay marriage.
I forgot about that.
Literally that year that we had moved, like maybe a month before we moved there, they had just legalized gay marriage. They also have a really interesting thing, so while they're super trans positive, they also have a lot of restriction when it comes to adult toys being allowed there, which I thought was weird and seemed really kind of lesbian targeted.
It was definitely lesbian targeted, having to smuggle in your toys.
Yeah. So, we had a lot of resistance on the lease. They wanted to put Miss, and it's Mrs. because we're married. We're legally married.
Telling us it wasn't a big deal.
It's saying it wasn't a big deal. But and just not respecting our marriage, us being on a date, it's like I feel like they're supportive of trans, you know, and they're not gonna get in your business, but I feel like there's levels of acceptance, and Hawaii is just at a higher level of acceptance.
I agree with that.
No one is trying to, like, I mean, besides that guy at the library, but I don't think that was him being anti-gay. We're at the library. How are we supposed to show that we're lesbians at working at the library?
He wasn't anti-gay. He was just trying to holler.
He was trying to holler.
That guy we talking about now, King Grayson, was somebody who was just thirsty.
Yes, he was thirsty. Yeah. So, but it felt aggressive to me. I'm glad it was in a public place. And no one had our back either.
Nope.
No one, the librarian was not shushing.
And she normally be in everybody's business.
But she let that guy disrupt our peace.
Library.
But that's not anti-gay. That's just us being black, and we're always going to be exotified wherever we go as being black. But that's everywhere, including Africa. But when it comes to discrimination being gay, it's different, I guess. Jay Snow's chopping some firewood. She's so good at it, you guys. You can keep asking questions. Ask us anything. We're talking about why... Let me read it again. Hawaii, that's what we're talking about.
So, that's why we chose Hawaii.
Yeah.
Now we can talk about...
Off-grid?
Yeah.
Well, let me talk about something called the Matrix. So, being lesbian and being in the Matrix do not coexist. Corporate America, as much as they want, is not supportive of non-white males.
And that was when they wanted to be. Let's not forget this past year, they done completely eradicated diversity. So they don't even care about it anymore.
Right.
They don't have to pretend.
Yeah, there was a brief window of time where they cared because of optics and PR and numbers. And it was always fake. And while we knew that, I'm a bluff caller. You know this about me. I'm going to call your bluff every single time. I'm a poker player. So, the Matrix, living in a world where we have to have a 9-to-5. First of all, just as a woman, I mean, hats off to all the women 9-to-5 out there.
Hats off.
Even the mean ones, because they created that.
They sure did.
Corporate Aaron was a creation. You know what I mean? Like, no one wants to be like that. That is how women have to contort themselves to work in these 9-to-5, quote unquote, good job type places.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of being so something that we struggle with is like, you know, Jay Snow is more into wanting an in-person business and, like, you know, wanting to run retreats, like having to deal with the world, bringing the world in, being a part of the world. And but when we met, she was running meditations out of her house, and everything was fine until one time it wasn't fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think both of us were running events that invited people to our home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it was just that one time where that guy came to your meditation acting weird. He wasn't even being sexual or anything like that. He was just really off. It's like we have to have sacred, protected spaces because people do not know how to act around us. And I don't think they ever knew how to act around us individually, but when you were together, you can just see it more, and you can't, in a way that you can't unsee it.
Mm-hmm. Can't ignore it.
So I need an escape from the world. I need a haven. I need a bubble. And it's like, we both do. I feel like I may need it more than Jay Snow because I'm already an introvert and I already naturally keep to myself. I have a small, essentially non-existent circle, you know. I'm, you know, I have to be protective of myself as a woman. And I need a space. I can't do this IRL life. You know, that's why we're on social media. It's too much for me. It was acceptable when I was single and I could hide out in my apartment and I could shut the party down whenever I wanted to. Um, but in a relationship, it's like even if what I think is a brief encounter can still come off as like threatening
Yeah.
to the relationship, and it's just not worth chancing it to me. So off grid means a level of isolation from the world,
Hmm.
and as I feel like that's what is needed as a lesbian couple to thrive. Like I don't like how one of our main topic conversations on dates is who's trying to what's that word? Infiltrate.
Penetrate or
Yeah.
penetrate.
Or right. Like that sucks. We can't leave the house or go to the grocery store without having some story about some weird person trying to penetrate us.
So, I kind of resonate with Addie. I feel like I also have always had a small circle. I feel like I have a large immediate family, so my circle comes off as bigger than it actually is, you know? But what I relate to you on very deeply is it's like when it is time for me to turn off from the world, I need a place to do that. You know what I mean? And like you said, off grid means isolation from people and not having to deal with people because, you know, it's like IRL is a part of it, but there's also these not even parasocial relationships, but I'm immediately thinking about like when you have to pay the power bill or even to get the power bill turned on, you know what I mean? And now
Yeah.
you've got an ongoing relationship with Georgia Power in
Yeah.
a way that we just don't have to have being off grid. We have to have a good electrician pal. You know what I mean? We have to uh, reach out to the solar company the first times and get our new solar system involved.
Shout
Plug for
out
the
to the
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe linked in the comments.
Help us get more power on the homestead.
We don't have lights.
No,
We
we
use
use those
battery
powered
lantern.
Yeah, and not even fancy ones. Ozark Trail hashtag Walmart. We could also
Not
use a
sponsored.
sponsorship. But yeah, so it's like for me having all of those relationships to deal with because I personally feel like in my career in my life, like I think one of my gifts is kind of gift of gab, and I wouldn't have really and said that honestly probably till before now where I just get to have a lot of clarity about myself. But I worked in customer service. I'm a spin person. I'm going to make you happy person. I just tend to give a lot of energy, which is something that I realized even with being when Addie and I first got together because you know, I remember some of my friends got so upset about when I got with Addie, friends and a couple family members, and you know, I had the realization, y'all. I'm closing my eyes because the smoke's getting me from the fire, the wind blowing. But I just give a lot to people. Uh, I'm a caring person. You know, I'm a Southern girl, so Southern hospitality is truly embedded and ingrained in a lot of the things I do. And I just don't believe in showing up. I don't believe in doing nothing half stepping, you know? So whether it's just being nice to you or whether it's my job, that when it's my job to be nice to you, I'm going to do a really good job at it. So people, and I care about my friends. So if you're in my life and you're in my life as somebody I love or I'm being paid to care about, then I'm going to do a really good job at it. So I find that I get easily drained just in managing relationships outside of familial. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's easy for me to become somebody's uh, emotional container because I show up in the world how I show up. I'm a healer. Can't forget I'm a healer. Being a healer means people want you to heal them, even if they don't say that. You know what I mean? But I think it's just one of the things, you know, after 30 years of being the person where you can be not know them from a can of paint and they're going to sit down and in 20 minutes you're going to know entirely too much about their life,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So for me, it was also imperative to have like a safe space, a place that was somewhere where nobody is asking something for me or wanting my energy for something. You know, Addie is uh, retired from quantum and coaching at this specific moment. I'm sure for the right price, you can get her talking though. But one of the main things she had to help me learn and relearn was that my energy is my own. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so quick to give it out. It's not even anybody's fault but my own. But I just be so quick because I'm like, oh, I love you. Here, this is what I have. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Give it, take it. And because people don't have people. No one is going to turn off the spigot of that except me. And having a place that's off grid really allows me to do that. You know.
For sure. No, I'm so glad. And I can relate. I feel like, you know, Southern values are, I mean, it's traditional women values.
Yeah.
So it's like women all over the world who are raised traditionally are raised to give and to put themselves last. And I feel like, and also to smile and be pleasant, to be around. And the only reason why I'm not like that anymore is because I spent a summer in New York City, and you literally can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's going to change with the quickness.
Mm-hmm.
I We have been to New York together. I feel like you spent more time in Chelsea. And we were in Times Square together, but I told you, it's like, remember the monks? I warned you even before we even saw those monks.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, especially in Times Square. But I was in Harlem and Washington Heights, and I had to walk to the subway and take the subway. You can't talk to people. You can't. Everyone's trying to get over on you. Everyone's trying to get that bag. New York City is the epicenter of the Matrix, and that's when I learned that I can't be nice to everybody who's nice to me, because they're not being nice to me for genuine reasons. And that's why I like do so much, like even that group that we met each other, that was a very controlled group. And we only went to very controlled, members only space. You couldn't get in, you know, unless I brought you into that place. Like,
Yeah.
And because it made me feel safe, you know what I mean? We got married there. That's how safe I felt there, you know? And so I understand exactly what you're saying, and like, you need your own space. Yeah, and I feel like whenever a woman protects or defends her space within another space, it's people mad. I remember, like, I lived in a Greek house a lot of my college time, and my room was open doors until they couldn't do that, and that was with definitely having male protectors around, you know. But and it was just being like, well, we don't want this guy around.
When you're a beautiful woman, your male protector can turn on you.
For sure.
And that's just the sad reality of it. And it'll become where your male protector is just has to be your abuser, so you don't get abused by other males. Like, it's just a dicey game, you know. So I really value a male protector when they're doing their job the way they're supposed to, but you can't rely on that either.
No.
You just can't.
You don't know what the motives are.
The only males I've been able to rely on for protection from the world are my two brothers and my dad. And I'm not saying I've not done harm. That's just being in relationships. But they've also done harm to me too. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're the only men in my lives. My lives. I kind of make sense both ways. But they're the only males in my life who are allowed to hurt me, because I don't even deal with men.
Yeah. And I can't say I've had a male protector. I mean, my brother does his best, but he's not one of those brothers that wants to like hang around me, you know. So it's not because he wouldn't protect. He's just like, he's not around to protect.
Well, I mean, I think you're hitting on something that's true too. It's like our brothers know that they have to protect us if they're with us, so they don't want us around.
Yeah. No, exactly.
We're a liability at some point, because to the wrong man, we are just walking snatch.
Yeah, we're danger.
We're danger, and you just no. It's like my older brother. I have two older brothers. Jack did not want to take me anywhere when I was younger, and I thought it was because I was young and annoying, but no, it's because if he would have brought me back anything than the other way he took me, there would have been an issue. Yeah. You know. And my brothers were protectors, because I feel like my dad is like Michael Oher in the 99th percentile of protection. You know what I mean? He's literally a police officer. You know what I mean? That's his job. So that's why they had that protective nature taught to them. Yeah. But they didn't accept that responsibility. Jack didn't let me go anywhere with him until I was very much an adult. And I know Joseph has fought one of his friends because they said something, and they're still friends because it's just awkward. You know what I mean? What are you going to do?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel honored because considering that Jay Snow's dad is a former detective and police chief, um, I never got any impression that he didn't trust me.
No, they definitely trust you. I know that they love, trust, and respect you.
Do y'all have friends in Hawaii? No.
No, y'all are our friends.
Y'all are our friends in Hawaii, and we've had people want to be our friends, and I just don't trust their intentions. I don't want any problems.
We want married, non. They can swing, but we don't want to swing, and we don't want pressure to swing. And then I kind of sometimes, and it's like, I hope that there's a friend or, a couple friend that we can have. But I also sometimes feel like we probably won't have couple friends till we have kids. And we have to get to know those kids, other kids, because our kids want to play with them or something like that. I don't know, but there's just not a lot of context in which grown adults get to even become friends, I feel like.
Yeah, like maybe church,
Yeah.
but church is a place that I can't go, not because I don't love God, but because I give too much. And I'll, all of a sudden I can't go one time without leaving with a volunteer position. Like that's kind of, it's just too much for me. Um, and I can't say I've necessarily successfully had couple friends. Like we tried. Um, I'm trying to think because I feel like even in like our social group, the power lesbians, it's like they're. I mean, would we consider Erica and Tori couple friends? Like we didn't go on any double date. I don't get it. I personally don't get it. I don't understand. Like I feel like friends are people that were in your life before the relationship. To make new friends. I'm not necessarily no new friends, but it's hard for a reason, and that's a saying for a reason. And the best you can do is like when your existing friends get married, they become your couple friends.
Yeah.
But it's different because you change who you are as a person when you get married.
Because
Allie and Doe are couple friends.
Ellie and Doe are a couple friends, and I was specifically talking about friends in Hawaii. We have couple
Yeah.
friends outside of Hawaii. The Allie and Doe, I think Quay and his husband.
Yeah.
That might be
Shout
it.
out to Quaid.
Shout out to you, Quay.
Sorry, we haven't talked in a long time.
And I feel like
But
that's
not
okay
sorry.
though, because I don't talk to Allie every day. But when we were in San Francisco,
Yeah.
we gonna hit them up.
Yeah. It's just different.
And if
It's,
they in Hawaii, they better hit us up.
yeah. And it's just hard. I feel like when I realized through like work trips that people don't see marriage the same way. I remember I had a female director who was like, it's just a piece of paper. Um, and basically, when her husband's organs stopped working, her sexual organs stopped working, she basically didn't, it became a piece of paper at that point. So,
That's rough.
I know. I mean, not naming names, but
You know who you are.
So it's hard to have couple friends if you're not grounded in, spiritually in what marriage means. And I feel like Allie and Joe, like, obviously Allie's grounded spiritually. She emceed our wedding, and is from a church family. But to find gay people who have the same spiritual grounding in their marriage, I feel like a lot of it, gays and queers a position. It gives people permission to be different and not follow norms. A lot of them don't believe in marriage. A lot of them don't believe in monogamy. A lot, or not a lot, but just like the ones that we hear about. So it's hard to find people who are actually aligned with our values.
Because I'm sure some people do treat marriage like a piece of paper, but we don't. We value and value the commitment that we made to each other and honor the commitment that we made to each other. Um, and honestly, would only want to be friends with couples who value their relationship just as much, if not more, than we value ours. You know, that's the bar.
No, for sure. There was a couple friends that we tried to have there was a hetero couple we tried to have like a couple date with, and but it was kind of hard because when I had a one-on-one, she talked about how they were talking about opening up the marriage, so that's kind of like a weird, it's like, I don't, do you guys want to be your friends, or you just,
And I feel like she knew that part, and I didn't even know that part. When we had the couple date, though, I was like, I just don't feel good about them.
yeah. I feel like I feel like I told you what we talked about in the dinner
Mm-hmm.
and there, but I feel like it was just so, we had already made the couple date, so we couldn't even, like, you know what I mean? There
Mm.
wasn't enough time and space in between. Um, because sometimes it's hard. It's like I feel like people are just opening up to me because I'm gay, and just being honest about, like, I'm a queer safe space for people. Like, they just can now unload all of their gay thoughts and feelings and know that I'm not going to judge them because I'm a lesbian myself. But in being that, gay auntie or house mother, in the
You
post sense,
a
it's
crush is
a
developed.
crush is exactly.
A crush is developed because it's comforting, and I feel like that's also why friendship can be hard as an adult, because I feel like we don't like to be real about it as adults, but wanting to be somebody's friend when you're a grown ass person is a sexual relationship.
It is.
it's it can be non-sexual, right? You don't act on those impulses or desires, and you don't even honor them
Yeah.
by allowing yourself to think about them or admitting to yourself that you think about them. But there's nobody that you want to be friends with that you're not attracted to. Like when you meet a bro at work or you meet somebody at work, it's a similar thing, not saying everybody wants to hook up with their friends, but at the same time,
I think so.
new friends, you kind of do, you know if that's what attraction is. It may not always be what you're used to and what you think of it as, you know what I mean? But when you want to be somebody's friend, when you're like, I want to spend more time with you, I want to get to know you more. it,
Mad when their wife's around, so you don't have enough one-on-one time with each other.
yeah, it's a romance.
And yeah, a bromance, a chickmance, whatever. There, you can have a asexual,
Yeah.
um, non-platonic relationship, and that's what people don't like about alphabet soup or the
Mm-hmm.
LGBTQIA community. And let's not forget the A, because a lot of y'all are asexually, aromantically queer, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. And that's your business. But for us,
Mm-hmm.
being off grid, I feel like isolation is a part of it.
Yep.
Um, Not to say we're not open to friendships. Also, let's be honest too. As an adult, to be our friend, we know that we bring a lot to the table. We have a lot to offer. We're two very intelligent women, two experienced women, and it sounds bad, but it's my truth. You got to be able to do something for me to be my friend. You got to be able to do something for me and my wife. And I mean, that could be anything from showing, like, our realtor gets to be our friend because he helped us buy a house in Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's why he gets to be our friend. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I get to be his friend, because I paid him to help me
Exactly.
find that house in Hawaii.
It's either financial or attraction. I think the adult friendships, it's one or two. It's you
Mm-hmm.
guys do business together, and I feel like everyone knows about the golf buddies. The
Mm-hmm.
golf buddies. It's like they're networking. They're staying in touch with with each other because they can do something for each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think we moved off grid to afford ourselves a level of peace that doesn't that's not afforded when you live on grid, whether albeit by managing relationships to make sure your goods are flowing and your bills are paid, or if it's intimate relationships and entanglements that you have to deal with at work, or going to these different places that we just don't have to do anymore.
Yeah. I remember when Jay Snow took me to her work. She didn't even want to introduce me to her work friends.
No.
And I feel like I don't know what happened, but I'm sure there was an internal realization probably in that moment that this is the last person my wife wants to meet.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like first of all, my job before Addie was working in a warehouse, so a very male dominated um, facility. And then when it's not males, it's all butch women. I feel like I was probably
Yeah.
the only feminine presenting lesbian, you know what I mean? So that in itself was like a lot. Um, So no, I wasn't excited for you to meet anybody at work because all of them were inappropriate relationships, and it's not that I was acting on them or anything, but I feel like, and this is also going speaking to that level of comfortability we were talking about. Like, on some level, you kind of just have to accept being sexualized and disrespected as long as they're not touching you and they're not being too forward. You know what I mean? But people are gonna say stuff and I don't, I wasn't hanging out with any of those friends because they weren't my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were all people who I worked with that if I gave them the chance or time of day, they would do it. They would,
Yeah.
you know.
No, for sure. I'll never forget um, when we were talking about, and I was like, I want every person at work to be attracted to me. I put it in more crass language, but it's like that's if adult friendship is attraction, that's how you have a network. You know what I mean? It's like, that's how you survive at work, and I feel like that's why we're not doing that kind of stuff because and that's why they don't want work from home anymore. Like they just don't. They are the one good thing when we watch Men together. Like it's so important. Oh, you got to plug in now. Well, we only got 2 minutes left.
I'm on 1% though.
Oh, you can go ahead, or do you want me to come with you?
You don't have to come out because I don't. I can go until it dies.
Okay.
Mad Men.
Yeah, Mad Men. Like when you see the origins of corporate America culture, because I feel like before Mad Men it was more factory, and then with the advertising community, that's where the whole like suit and tie, comes in. It's like the women were just there as entertainment.
Yeah.
Like they were doing the work. Of course, they were absolutely doing
Well,
work,
let's
but
not
they
forget, women didn't even start working until the war. What was that? The 60s. And they actually needed them to work, and then they
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, you guys are good at this."
Yeah, it's the 60s is when Mad Men was set. And so it's just kind of like they were just there basically to be a pool of women to have an affair with and keep things interesting at work, be fun at work. And that's it. And I don't think that's how you start something is how you finish. That's never going to change. And we may be surprised when we see women who have risen up and not think that that's what they were like, but we have no idea what their story is.
No, hired to be the entertainment is. I mean, I don't even think you got to get hired. I feel like anytime I was a woman around mostly men, it was obvious that I was supposed to be the entertainment. Whether that was like college friendships, it's like bring your homegirls over, it's like because you know, they want you to entertain. I feel like even a conversation we had the other day, it's like I didn't have to make good on nothing because I had plenty of friends who was happy to do it, and I could go mind my business.
Right.
Well, I done facilitated all of that though, you know. So,
Army of Skanks.
Army of Skanks. So yeah, I definitely, and I feel like just, I guess we're saying all of this stuff to say that off-grid Hawaii has brought us a level of peace and safety that we weren't able to achieve anywhere else, and we literally went to the ends of earth and our world to find that. So
Yeah, no, for sure. So definitely leave more questions in the comments. We'll be back tomorrow.
check our GoFundMe, make a donation.
Pinned comment. But
Mine's in the bio.
This was a great episode.
It was. I love you guys.
Love you.
We love you guys. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Or if we have to double up for some reason, we'll do that too. Bye.
Bye.